Real quick before we get into the video, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at MotionFX and click the link in the description below to join the free Discord. YouTube, welcome back to another video. My name is MotionFX and today we're going to be talking about the setups I look for daily in the market. So let's get into the video. Now, as you guys can see right here on the screen, this is a trade I caught yesterday. It was a 1 to 2 risk reward W trade, made a lot of money. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to clear the charts, right? Now, oh my God, every day I come into the markets at 9 a.m., right? So I'm going to mark up where I came into the markets. Came into the markets on this blue vertical line, right? So basically, what I'm looking for is for price to create a high and a low before 9:30 a.m. Now, 9:30 a.m. for me is market open, right? That's when the market opens. That's when the market has a lot of volume. So that's the best time for me to enter on a trade with my strategy, right? So basically what I'm looking for is price to create a high or a low before 9:30 a.m., right? So let's say everything after this vertical blue line, right, is does not exist yet, right? Like everything in this box does not exist yet. So I came into the market on this blue vertical line, right? So before that, what I'm seeing is a high created right here and a low created right here. That's all I want to see. I call it resistance and support. If you guys want to know exactly what resistance and support means, I have another video on my channel. You guys can just go, you know what I'm saying, search it up, click on it, and learn. But back to this, all I'm looking for is price to create a high or a low before 9:30 a.m., right? As you guys can see, price created a high right here, which is resistance, and price create a low right here, which is support. This is before 9:30 a.m., which is exactly what I'm looking for, right? So we have our resistance, we have our support. Now, all I want to see is a breakout of either our resistance zone or our support zone, right? Whichever one price breaks out of, I'm going to take the trade in that direction, right? That's basically the strategy. That's pretty much it, right? So as you guys can see, this is the 9:30 candle, right? Price broke out with a bunch of volume, right? As soon as we get that breakout, enter, right? Enter on a buy position, and I put my stops below the recent zone, or sometimes I just have a 50-point stop loss. It doesn't really matter. It really just depends on how I'm feeling that day, but most of the time I put my stop below the recent zone just to be safe, and I just target a 1 to 2 risk reward. And as you guys can see, cash, right? It's pretty easy, pretty simple. It's a really beginner friendly setup. It's a beginner friendly strategy. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty simple. All you do is mark up your high, your low on the 5-minute time frame, and you just wait for price to break out at 9:30 a.m., either the support or the resistance, and whichever one it breaks out, you take the trade in that direction and you will cash every single time. Now, what I've been noticing in my DMs on Instagram is a lot of my students ask me, how do you prevent fake outs, right? So basically, I'm gonna see if we have an example. So we have a good example right here, right? So, like I said, with my strategy or the setup I'm looking for, every day I come into the market at 9 a.m. So I'm gonna mark up where I came into the market, 9 a.m., right? Blue vertical line. Now, what I'm looking for is price to create a high or a low once again before 9:30. As you guys can see, price created a high right here, right? And price created a low right here, right? This is the 9:30 candle, this purple candle right here. Now, as you guys can see, this is a fake out. How I know it's a fake out? Well, basically a fake out is when price breaks out of the either the support or the resistance zone and then doesn't fully go down. It's just like it's fakes break you out and then goes in the opposite direction, which is basically exactly what it did right here, right? Now, how do you prevent this? How do you prevent this from happening to you? All you want to do is see price's volume, right? So in this case, I would want to see price push very like basically I would want to see price break out fast. Like I don't want to see prices just like break out mad slow. Like let's say price is here, 9:30 hits, and price is just hesitating to break out, right? and then price finally breaks out of that support zone, and it's just moving very slow. You know what I'm saying? Very slow. Then I'm not gonna take that trade because that's not enough volume for price to just push and give me a good trade. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I tell my students to prevent fake outs is you wait for volume. You wait for price to break out, wait for price to fly out of that zone. Once it breaks through that zone with a lot of volume, very fast, whatever you want to call it, you enter. You know what I'm saying? If it's hesitating to break out of that zone, then you're probably gonna get faked out, right? So we see that price is breaking out, but price is just breaking out very slow, what I'm saying, hesitant, and it's just not breaking out fast enough, right? So I wasn't gonna take that trade. Now, if sometimes price will break out very slow and it will still just keep pushing and then it will be a W trade. But you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be safe than sorry. You know what I'm saying? If I see prices breaking out very slow, that's like a 80% chance that we are gonna get faked out, right? The other 20%, then it's probably just gonna hit your take profit. But who cares? There's gonna be more opportunities, right? So as you guys can see, we have a fake out right here. So all we do is just wait for price to come back in this zone or create a new low or a new high, whatever, right? And then we just wait for another breakout, right? Which is exactly what price did. Price came back up inside the zone, consolidated, and then we got that good breakout, that fast breakout. You know what I'm saying? The candle was very strong, a lot of volume. Once we see that, we enter on a buy position and do the same thing. Put your stops below the recent zone, and you can just target a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 3. It doesn't really matter, whatever you're comfortable with. I like to target 1 to 2s because it gets hit most of the time. So that's basically what I look for daily in the markets. It's a pretty easy strategy. It's pretty simple. It's beginner friendly. So if you are a beginner and you want something that's not confusing, this is perfect for you. So if you guys want to trade with me live every single day, click the link in the description below. I trade live on Discord every single day for completely free, no cost. So click the link in the description below. Follow me on Instagram at MotionFX. Follow me on TikTok at MotionFX, and hit the subscribe button.